Having the letter M on your hand means that. Zen story. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Buddha. Have you ever taken a moment to really look at the lines on your palm? These simple, intricate marks have been with you all your life, quietly holding deeper meanings. But if these lines form the letter M, something remarkable is hidden within your hands. This shape holds a symbolic and spiritual significance that few truly understand. Maybe you've never noticed it, or perhaps you think palmistry is nothing more than superstition. But the M on your palm isn't just about ancient fortune-telling. It has a connection to deeper spiritual insights, ones that we'll explore in today's Zen story. What does it really mean? How does it relate to your inner journey toward peace and wisdom? Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you may discover something surprising about yourself. And if you happen to be one of those few with this mysterious M, the meaning will resonate even more deeply. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos that help guide your spiritual growth. Number 1. Zen story. The mystery of the letter M on the hand. In a tranquil Buddhist temple nestled deep within a serene Japanese forest, the wise and elderly monk Ninsei gathered his disciples in the courtyard. "My dear ones," Ninsei began in a calm yet piercing voice, "have you ever felt as if the universe were quietly revealing ancient truths about your destiny? Have you ever sensed that your fate, or what we call destiny, holds something special and mysterious just for you?" The disciples, captivated by his words, nodded thoughtfully, reflecting on the times they had felt such sensations. Imagine walking into a place and feeling your energy being drawn in, as if the environment itself is demanding your life force, Ninsei continued. Or that shiver down your spine, a subtle instinct that makes you change your plans, take a different path, or decide at the last moment to follow an unexpected turn. Have you felt that? The disciples exchanged curious glances, but remained silent, knowing that Ninsei's purpose was to provoke thought, not immediate answers. "And then there's the mysterious mark on your hands," Ninsei said, his eyes gleaming. "The letter M. Those of you with this mark know exactly what I'm referring to." One disciple tentatively raised his hand. "Master, I bear the letter M on my palm. I've heard about it for a while, and I've always wondered what it truly signifies." Another disciple chimed in. "I have it too, Master. I've been told it's a sign that those who carry it may live shorter lives. Is that really true?" Ninsei's smile was gentle and warm, radiating compassion that seemed to illuminate the night around them. "Prepare yourselves to unravel the secrets of fate," he said softly. "This is the mystery of the letter M." With graceful poise, the monk shared the parable of a traveler guided by a star shaped like an M shining in the sky. This star illuminated his path and his soul, leading him through the world's mysteries. "Picture yourselves," Ninsei continued, "as that traveler. The letter M engraved on your palm is like a secret map of the universe, a guide that propels you toward your destiny. But this map does not merely lead you to places, it guides you to your inner essence, to your spiritual mission, to the events that will shape your life." The disciples listened, eager to learn more about the symbol that intrigued and unsettled those who bore it. "Those with the letter M have a remarkable inner strength," Ninsei explained. "They are natural leaders, able to inspire and influence others. Their energy is magnetic, drawing people to them like stars to the moon. Some become prominent leaders or business figures. Others are simply individuals who bring light to those around them, charismatic parents, wise teachers, or compassionate healers. In the spiritual realm," Ninsei added, "those with the letter M are the keepers of ancient knowledge. They resonate with the universe's higher energies, discerning hidden truths and guiding others toward enlightenment. The disciples listened in awe, feeling a sense of connection to something far greater than themselves. Those who had the M on their hands felt an awakening, the others a growing respect for their marked companions. But remember, Ninsei cautioned, the power of the letter M carries a great responsibility. You must use this gift with wisdom and compassion, or you risk being consumed by darker forces that lurk in the shadows. As the fire crackled gently in the background, Ninsei encouraged his disciples to nurture their connection with the letter M, to explore its mysteries with humility and gratitude, and to embrace it as a privilege. And never forget, the monk said with a solemn tone, your M is as unique as your path. No one else can fulfill your spiritual mission but you. The disciples nodded, feeling a renewed sense of purpose and resolve. Under the wise monk's guidance, they were ready to delve into the mysteries of the letter M and uncover their true place in the universe. In the peaceful temple, the flame of understanding burned brightly as the disciples embraced their destinies, prepared to embark on a journey of transformation and self-discovery under Ninsei's gentle and loving guidance. Slowly, Ninsei rose, his figure bathed in a divine light that seemed to radiate from within. Now that you understand the significance of the letter M on your palm, Ninsei spoke in a deep yet uplifting tone, it is time to delve further into its power and wisdom. The disciples moved closer, eager to absorb more of his teachings. Look, Ninsei said, gesturing to the twinkling stars scattered across the night sky. Just as the stars move in harmony through the vastness of the universe, so are you, with the letter M, called to move in harmony with life. Every choice you make is part of a cosmic dance between your free will and the divine plan. Each decision not only shapes your own life, but also touches the lives of those around you and the universe at large. A disciple raised his hand, his brow furrowed with concern. Master, how can we be certain we are walking the right path? How can we be sure this gift isn't wasted? Ninsei's smile was gentle, and his eyes shone with the light of eternal wisdom. Listen to your heart, he replied. The letter M is like an inner compass, always pointing you in the right direction. But remember, he continued, your journey will not be without challenges. There will be dark forces seeking to pull you away from your path, yet with the light of your letter M to guide you, you will overcome any obstacle, emerging stronger and wiser. Another disciple spoke up, hesitant yet curious. Master, what about those of us who don't have the letter M on our palms? Ninsei paused, considering the question with care, before answering with deep thought. Even if the letter M is not physically present on your palm, you can still tap into its wisdom and strength, he said gently. True power comes from within, not from external marks. By centering yourself and listening to your inner voice, you can find guidance and reach your spiritual fulfillment. The disciples exchanged looks, their hearts and minds beginning to open with a new understanding and acceptance. The old monk's words stirred profound emotions, inviting them to reflect on their own journeys. Ninsei, now gazing at the stars, sighed deeply before adding, whether or not you carry the letter M, never forget that you are an essential part of the universe's great mosaic. Each of you, with your uniqueness and beauty, adds to the fabric of life. May your journey be filled with wisdom and love, and may you discover your true essence and inner growth along the way. With these final words, Ninsei closed his eyes. The disciples sat in reverent silence, feeling the weight of his message resonate through the still night. It was as if the very universe had paused to listen to the monk's timeless wisdom. When Ninsei opened his eyes again, His expression was calm, and a quiet hope radiated from him. "Now," he said, his voice clear, "let us each continue on our path of spiritual discovery and fulfillment. Whether or not the letter M is visible on our palms, may its light always guide us toward our true purpose and highest destiny." And so, within the peaceful temple, the flame of knowledge burned brightly as the disciples embarked on their individual journeys, filled with renewed energy and deeper awareness. Number 2. Philosophical reflections and lessons from the story. 1. The power of symbolism. The letter M on your palm is not merely a curious mark. It carries with it the weight of symbolism that can help illuminate your spiritual path. This simple letter, traced into the lines of your hand, acts as a personal signpost, urging you to pause and reflect on the deeper connection you share with the universe. In the same way that ancient symbols have guided people for centuries, this M serves as a subtle reminder that the external world often mirrors our inner truths. When we become aware of such symbols, it's like opening a window to the soul, encouraging us to delve deeper into our own inner lives and consider the greater purpose that lies ahead. As the Buddha once said, "The mind is everything. What you think you become." These symbols, like the M, are there to stir our thoughts and make us aware of our potential, not just in terms of worldly success, but in achieving personal and spiritual fulfillment. It's as though life offers us these small hints, nudging us towards self-discovery, growth, and destiny. In modern life, it's easy to overlook these subtle signs, caught up as we are in the rush of daily responsibilities. But if we take a moment to be still, to observe, we find that symbols like the M on our hand are reflections of something much larger at work within us. They remind us that we are not just cogs in the machine, but spiritual beings on a unique journey. This mark becomes a call to mindfulness, to live more consciously and recognize that our lives are part of a greater tapestry. Lao Tzu once said, "Knowing others is intelligence, knowing yourself is true wisdom." In understanding the symbolism of the M, you are invited to know yourself at a deeper level, to ask not just who you are in the eyes of others, but who you are in your own heart and soul. In this way, the M isn't just a random feature. It can be seen as an invitation to align your actions with your inner truths, to live authentically and with purpose. While life may present challenges, these symbols remind us to trust the journey. In our hands, we may literally hold a map guiding us to a life of balance, harmony, and fulfillment, encouraging us to focus on what truly matters. As you reflect on this, remember the wisdom of Zen teachings. When you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you. The M is your reminder that everything you need, clarity, strength, purpose, is already within you, waiting to be unlocked. By taking time to reflect on these symbols, we learn to see beyond the surface, embracing our destiny with mindfulness and intention. If you've watched up to this point, you're already on the path to unlocking the mystery behind having the letter M on your hand. Comment below with Zen Journey to affirm your connection to this powerful wisdom. Don't go anywhere. There's still more insight ahead that can help you deepen your understanding of this unique sign. Stay until the end to discover what it truly means for your life's path. 2. Destiny and free will. You may have heard that having this letter is a symbol of destiny and free will, a concept taught by the Zen master Ninsei. According to Ninsei, those with the letter M are not only guided by a cosmic plan, but also possess the freedom to carve their own path in life. Imagine this: While there may be a greater design, a kind of blueprint that we are a part of, the choices we make every day shape how that design unfolds. This teaching is not only about destiny pulling us forward, but also about the power we have in the present moment to direct our lives. It reminds us of a deep, universal truth that runs through many spiritual traditions, including Buddhism. As the Buddha said, "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create." Doesn't that quote reflect the delicate dance between fate and the choices we consciously make? It shows that we are not passive actors in life, bound by the stars or some predetermined script. Instead, we hold the pen that writes our story. This balance of destiny and free will can also be seen in Buddhist teachings, where the law of karma plays a central role. Karma reminds us that while we may have certain conditions we are born into, our destiny, we are responsible for our actions, thoughts, and decisions, which create our future. So, what does it mean for you? Think about the moments in your life when you felt that things were meant to be. Was it fate, or did your choices play a role? How do you balance the feeling of being guided by something larger with the responsibility of making your own decisions? As the Zen saying goes, let go or be dragged. Sometimes letting go of the need to control everything allows us to flow with the cosmic plan. But that doesn't mean surrendering our will. It means embracing the freedom we have within the unfolding of life's events. How will you flow with life's current while steering your boat with intention? Let that question sit with you, and as you go through your day, remember that the letter M on your hand, or in your heart, reminds you of the perfect harmony between destiny and free will, calling you to step forward with awareness and purpose. 3. Inner strength and leadership. The concept of having the letter M on your hand is often linked to the notion of inner strength and leadership, qualities that transcend superficial appearances. In many cultures and belief systems, including Zen teachings, these traits are considered innate in certain individuals, but they are also qualities that can be cultivated by anyone willing to walk a path of mindfulness, integrity, and compassion. Those with the M on their hands are believed to possess a special energy, one that attracts others not through brute force or dominance, but through a quiet, wise leadership that resonates deeply. This type of leadership is grounded in understanding, patience, and the ability to see beyond the surface of things. It reminds us of the Buddhist teaching, "The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart." This quote from the Buddha emphasizes that true strength and leadership come from within, from our capacity to remain centered and present amidst life's challenges. In today's fast-paced world, we are often led to believe that leadership is about exerting power or having control over others. However, true leadership, like that symbolized by the M, is more about influence, empathy, and the capacity to inspire those around us to reach their full potential. This is particularly relevant for men aged 30 to 65, many of whom are navigating responsibilities at work, at home, and within their communities. The weight of leadership can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially when we believe it requires constant action and decision-making. But the story of the M teaches us that leadership is just as much about being as it is about doing. It is about being a presence of calm amidst chaos, a source of wisdom amidst confusion. As Lao Tzu wisely said, "A leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they will say, 'We did it ourselves.'" Furthermore, the M is also a reminder of inner strength, the quiet, resilient force that allows us to keep moving forward despite difficulties. This inner strength is not loud or aggressive. It is the type of strength that weathers storms without being swept away. It is cultivated through the small, everyday acts of patience, kindness, and self-discipline. In Buddhist philosophy, this is often referred to as the quality of equanimity, the ability to maintain balance in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. The Buddha taught, endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes. This endurance, this steady resilience, is what defines true inner strength. It allows us to lead not by force, but by example, showing others through our actions what it means to live with integrity and purpose. For men in this stage of life, the concept of leadership can sometimes feel daunting, especially when societal expectations place such a heavy emphasis on success and external achievement. But leadership is not just about grand gestures or visible accomplishments. It is about the everyday choices we make, the way we show up for those around us, and the way we carry ourselves in the world. True leaders, those marked with the M, or those who embody the spirit of this symbol, understand that leadership is a service, not a privilege. It is about lifting others up, guiding them with compassion, and helping them see the potential within themselves. As Confucius said, the superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. So, as you reflect on the story of the M and what it symbolizes, consider how you can embody these qualities in your own life. You don't need a physical mark on your hand to possess inner strength and leadership. These qualities are available to anyone willing to cultivate them through mindfulness, compassion, and integrity. In the end, the mark of a true leader is not found in the admiration of others, but in the quiet satisfaction of knowing that you have made a positive difference in the lives of those around you. And as the Buddha wisely reminded us, to conquer oneself is a greater task than conquering others. It is through this inner victory that we become not only stronger individuals, but also more compassionate and effective leaders in our families, workplaces, and communities. 4. Responsibility of power. The letter M on your hand is more than just a curious mark. It holds profound meaning and can inspire deep reflection on your life's purpose. In many traditions, including Zen teachings, such a mark is seen as a symbol of potential, insight, and strength. However, with this potential comes a greater responsibility. You see, when we are given gifts, whether it's physical strength, mental insight, leadership, or spiritual awareness, there's an obligation that accompanies those gifts. These talents, though powerful, are not meant to serve only the self. They are meant to serve others. This is where the true depth of the letter M on your hand comes into play. Buddhist philosophy reminds us that power can easily lead to pride, attachment, or greed if we are not careful. Just as the Buddha himself taught, thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. The essence of this teaching is that the more we share our gifts with others, the more they grow, not only in those we help, but also within ourselves. The caution against darker forces or negative influences, as mentioned in the original message, is not just a reminder of external dangers, but an inward reflection. The challenges that come with power are often subtle. They can appear as arrogance, the temptation to dominate, or even the desire to retreat into isolation and avoid the suffering of others. Have you ever found yourself so absorbed in your own abilities or achievements that you forgot to look out for those around you? The letter M asks us to reflect. How are we using our gifts? Are we using them to build connections and uplift those in need? Or are we using them for personal gain, perhaps without even realizing it? True strength lies not in how much we can achieve alone, but in how much we can help others achieve. As the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, compassion is a verb. It's not enough to feel powerful or wise. We must use those qualities actively, with intention and humility. Compassion means action, and action means taking responsibility for the energy we put out into the world. Whether you're leading a team, guiding a family, or simply interacting with strangers, your actions matter. But how do we stay grounded and humble in the face of power? The answer lies in mindfulness and self-awareness. In Buddhism, mindfulness is the practice of being fully present, of noticing not just the external world, but also the inner landscape of our thoughts and feelings. When we stay mindful, we can catch ourselves when we start to stray toward pride or selfishness. Mindfulness gives us the ability to step back and ask ourselves, am I acting out of love and compassion, or am I being driven by ego and desire? This simple reflection can be incredibly powerful in ensuring that we use our gifts wisely. And let's not forget the importance of humility. True leaders, those with the mark of M on their hand or not, understand that their role is to serve, not to dominate. Their strength lies in their ability to lift others up, not to place themselves above them. And this is true for all of us, no matter what gifts or insights we have been given. So, when you look down at your hand and notice the letter M, think of it as a reminder. A reminder that you have potential, yes, but also that you have a responsibility. You are called to use your strengths with care, with love, and with the intention to help others. How will you choose to use the power and insight that have been granted to you? In what ways can you apply your unique gifts to make the world a better place, starting with the people around you? As you reflect on these questions, remember that true strength comes from compassion and humility, and that the real value of your gifts lies in how they are shared. If you're still here, you're clearly interested in uncovering the spiritual significance of the M on your hand. Type mindful mark in the comments to affirm your dedication to this journey of self-discovery. Don't miss out. There's more to learn, and the revelations ahead might just shift your perspective on life. 5. Embracing individuality. The letter M on your hand is not about some mystical fate written in your palm, but rather it's a reminder of the unique spiritual journey each of us walks. In life, we are all different, not just in the way we look or think, but in the paths we are destined to take. The letter M is a symbol of that individuality, a reminder that your journey is unlike anyone else's, and yet every single step you take contributes to the greater good. Buddha once said, "Your work is to discover your world and then with all your heart give yourself to it." This simple yet profound truth invites us to look inward, to understand that our life's mission, though personal, is deeply connected to the universe. When we recognize the uniqueness of our own journey, we begin to see how interconnected we all are. The letter M serves as a metaphor for individuality, but it also calls upon us to honor the differences that shape our lives. Have you ever wondered what makes your path distinct? What experiences, challenges, or joys have shaped your soul's purpose? In Zen stories, such as the tale of Ninsei, the great Zen master encourages his disciples to embrace their personal missions. He knew that each disciple had their own road to walk, and rather than trying to compare themselves to others, he taught them to find peace in their own path. No two journeys are alike, yet each is essential in creating the rich tapestry of life that surrounds us. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows, the Buddha once reflected. This powerful statement reminds us that our greatest success is to be authentic, to trust in the journey we've been given, no matter how different it may seem from those around us. Sometimes it's easy to feel lost or uncertain, especially when we see others walking what looks like a smoother or more direct path. But the letter M on your hand can remind you that your route is just as valuable, even if it's winding or filled with obstacles. It can be comforting to remember that you don't have to travel the same road as everyone else. Ask yourself, what makes your journey special? Have you taken the time to fully embrace your own mission rather than wishing for someone else's? The path to enlightenment is not a race, it's a deeply personal and ever-evolving process. In Zen practice, the emphasis is always on the present moment, the here and now. It teaches us that life is not a straight line, but a series of lessons, detours, and revelations that are meant to be experienced, not rushed through. As Lao Tzu once said, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." The power of this message lies in its simplicity, urging us to take each step consciously, with purpose, knowing that it contributes to a greater whole. So what does it truly mean to embrace your individuality? It means recognizing that you are enough as you are, that the universe has a place for you and your unique talents. Your journey matters. Just like the letter M on your hand, your mission is distinct, personal, and irreplaceable. Imagine for a moment if every leaf on a tree were the same. How dull and monotonous would that tree look? It's the diversity of nature that makes it so beautiful, just as it's the diversity of our experiences and paths that make life rich and meaningful. How can you honor your unique journey today? How can you find peace in knowing that your path is perfectly designed for you, even if it doesn't look like anyone else's? The letter M is not just a physical mark, but a spiritual one. A call to embrace your individuality and to trust that your mission in life, no matter how different it may seem, is vital to the universe's larger purpose. So, take a moment to reflect. What does the M on your hand remind you of? How can you lean into your own path with confidence and joy? In the end, the key is to let go of comparison and competition, to focus instead on the journey itself. After all, as Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. This peace is found in accepting and celebrating the unique journey that is yours to walk. How will you walk it? 6. Inner strength. Spiritual growth beyond external signs. The idea of spiritual wisdom being available to all is deeply rooted in many ancient traditions, including Buddhism, and resonates strongly in today's world. Ninsei's reassurance that even those who do not bear the M on their hand can access inner strength and spiritual insight is a powerful reminder that true wisdom and growth are not dependent on external signs or symbols. This message is especially relevant for men between the ages of 30 to 65, many of whom may find themselves questioning their life's direction or seeking deeper meaning in a world that often emphasizes the external over the internal. Just as the Buddha taught, no one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. This Zen story reflects the truth that our spiritual journey is personal and unique, and it is not tied to any outward manifestation, such as the letter M on one's hand, but to our inner dedication and efforts. In modern life, where social media and societal pressures constantly push us to compare ourselves with others, it is easy to feel that we lack the qualities or signs that might indicate we are on the right path. Yet, the teachings of spiritual masters remind us that wisdom and growth come from within. Just as a seed grows in darkness before it reaches for the light, our spiritual journey often begins in times when we feel uncertain or lack clear direction. Whether or not we bear any physical mark is irrelevant. The true mark of spiritual progress is the peace, clarity, and compassion we cultivate within ourselves. For the modern man, who may be juggling responsibilities such as career, family, and personal aspirations, it's crucial to remember that spiritual growth is not a destination marked by external accolades, but a continuous, inward journey of aligning with our higher purpose. Ninsei's message serves as a soothing balm in today's fast-paced world, where people often seek validation from external achievements or social recognition. The wisdom he imparts highlights that each person has the ability to tap into their inner reservoir of strength, purpose, and compassion, regardless of outward appearances. This perfectly aligns with the notion that the absence of an external symbol, such as the M, does not signify a lack of potential or spiritual depth. Instead, spiritual wisdom transcends the visible, living quietly within the hearts of those who seek it through mindfulness, kindness, and self-reflection. In the context of modern life, it's important to remember that society often celebrates the loud, the obvious, and the tangible. However, spiritual wisdom asks us to look beyond these superficial markers. Just as a river's true power is often hidden beneath its calm surface, our inner strength lies in the quiet but powerful work of self-improvement, meditation, and service to others. For men in their 30s to 60s, this stage of life often brings about the reflection of past achievements and future goals. It is a time when many seek to contribute meaningfully to the world and find a deeper sense of fulfillment. The lesson here is that this fulfillment comes not from chasing outward signs of success, but from embracing the ongoing journey of personal growth and connection with a higher purpose. The path to spiritual wisdom is open to all, regardless of whether we bear physical marks or symbols. What truly matters is how we nurture our souls, how we treat others, and how we align ourselves with values that bring peace and harmony. As the Dalai Lama once said, "Happiness is not something ready-made, it comes from your own actions." This reinforces the idea that spiritual growth and inner contentment are cultivated through our actions, intentions, and mindfulness, not through external validations or signs. The absence of the M on your hand, therefore, should not be a cause for concern, but rather a reminder that the journey toward wisdom and inner peace is available to everyone, regardless of circumstance. In conclusion, Ninsei's teaching offers a profound insight for those feeling that they are lacking something external in their lives. The absence of a visible sign like the M does not diminish one's capacity for spiritual growth. Spiritual wisdom is universal, and anyone who seeks it with an open heart and clear intention can attain it. This timeless lesson encourages us all to focus less on external validations and more on cultivating inner strength, compassion, and purpose, qualities that truly define a wise and fulfilled life. Thank you for joining us today on the Journey of Wisdom, where we explored the mystery behind the letter M on your palm and its deeper spiritual significance. Remember, whether or not you bear this mark, true strength and wisdom come from within, as we walk our unique paths with mindfulness and purpose. If you found today's video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on our upcoming videos, where we continue to dive into stories of spiritual growth and wisdom. Until next time, stay mindful and keep exploring your inner journey. See you soon.